Hi. Now that you know a little bit more about narrative inquiry methodology, here's a little bit more about narrative inquiry methods that you might use in your own research. Interviews. Interviews may be structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Structured interviews have fixed questions from which the researcher does not waver. Semi-structured interviews have sets of questions that aim to guide rather than restrict the researcher. Unstructured interviews may be conducted without a set agenda and be more conversational in tone than the other methods. Life histories. Life histories are a research method that may generate data for narrative analysis via interview or via less direct means. The life story of a person may be of interest to a narrative researcher as it would enable them to compare stories to a social and political context of a given time. Focus groups. Focus groups are often used in education research and may be advantageous or detrimental depending on the specific subject. Some participants can become overwhelmed in group research, while others feel more comfortable and share more freely. They can be useful for developing a collective narrative and for sensitive subjects. Observational narratives. Narrative can also be generated via observation, such as the type used in ethnographic research. An observational narrative can be collected from spending time in a location and recording and interpreting the data obtained there. This method requires particular attention to the researcher's reflexivity. Filmic approach. Film or photographic records of a phenomenon can be used to generate a narrative. Special attention must be paid, however, to the multiple interpretations of a given scene. Evidence should not be taken for granted simply because it can be seen rather than explained. Artistic methods. In some cases, it may be appropriate to utilize drama or other performance arts as a means of telling a story. Some participants may be inclined to share their experiences via alternative mediums. It is possible to generate a narrative by interpreting these artistic expressions. Internet research. It is possible to conduct a narrative inquiry study via the internet. Many data collection techniques, such as interviews, can be adapted to an online setting. It may also be pertinent to study online communities that pertain to the issue at hand. However, it may be difficult to negate sample bias, and many of the research methods listed above will require adaptation to an online setting. I hope this presentation has helped you think a little bit more about what types of methods you might like to use in your own narrative inquiry study. Thank you.